Matt here for Kit Guru at Computex 2023, and we are here with Sharkoon checking out some of their latest products. They've got quite a bit to show us, so we will move over here, Leo, to look at one of the new keyboards that they're releasing. This is the Pure Writer 65, a keyboard that has Choc V2 switches. It's soldered switches, so it's not hot swappable. As you can see, it's pretty low profile. It's aimed at more work users, not really gamers, although you could use it for gaming. As you can see, it's wireless, low profile, no hot swappable switches, available in black and white, and it is sitting on top of one of their new desk mats, which are available in a variety of designs, which we'll look at some of the more cool ones in a moment. And Sharkoon are also adding to their chair lineup, but there's no gaming chairs being added this time around. We have got these two variants of the Office Pal, which is a more ergonomic office seat, as you can see, with lots of lumbar adjustment, neck support, height adjustment, adjustable armrests. Definitely more aimed towards office users or someone that just doesn't like a traditional gaming chair. I'll be interested to see how these hold up over the long term, because I did look at them. They've got plastic bases, I noticed, and they do rattle and wobble a bit, so we'll have to wait and see how they fare over prolonged usage. And just to mention quickly, it is available in this snazzy triangular pattern mesh finish. And then for any of you that don't like mesh, we move over to look at this one. It is also available with that mesh, same back and lumbar support and neck support, but then a fabric finish on the seat, which is a bit more cushioned and soft and bouncy. So another addition to Sharkoon's keyboard range is the Skiller SGK50 S3, which is kind of the big brother to the Skiller SGK50 S4 that I reviewed on the channel a while ago. It's available in 3 different layouts. We've got 60, 80 and 90. And there are a few key differences between this and the S4 that I checked out. For starters, it has a polycarbonate switch plate, which will lead to a softer typing feel, and it has silicone dampening, which the S4 had foam, I believe, and is available with a range of different keycap designs and their coiled cables, which are going to be sold separately as an accessory. Sharkoon are also releasing these snazzy desk pads. This one here has got a kind of orientalish design. I really like the look of this, and as you can see, it matches this keycap design quite well. I think these two look really well, and they look really good if you're going for that sort of setup. Another product that Sharkoon are developing at the moment, it's not actually been released yet, is this. This is the Sharkoon Skiller SGM50W. It's a bit of a mouthful. Their naming convention really takes a lot to remember, but this is a wireless gaming mouse that's going to cost around €40. It comes with this magnetic charging dock, which acts as a fancy USB cable extension, which includes charging as well. They are working on improving the magnetic capabilities of it, as at the minute it is quite flimsy. My first impression is that mouse doesn't stand on there very well. But for €40, it looks like it could be quite impressive. We'll have to wait and see. Finally, on the mouse front, one for the budget-orientated gamers. This is the SGM35, a pretty standard wired optical gaming mouse that will be one for people that don't want to spend a fortune. It's RGB, plenty of buttons, scroll wheel, it's a mouse. You know what a mouse is, you don't need me to go into detail. It's cheap as chips, and it looks alright, to be fair. And finally, from me on the peripheral front, we have the SGM25W gaming mouse and the SGK70 wireless keyboard. Both of these are going to be available around Christmas, we're told. The keyboard, for a start off, has this removable faceplate. It's aimed at younger gamers, we've been told. They're polycarbonate keycaps that are obviously very, very shine through, as you can see. There is talk by Sharkoon of releasing different designs of these backplates, which can be easily removed and give you easy access to removing the keycaps. The keyboards are going to be retailing at €80, dollars, pounds, and then the mouse, surprisingly, we've just been told, is going to be retailing at $25, euros, pounds, which for office users or anyone that works on the go looks like a great deal. We'll have to wait and see how it performs.
Moving on to cases, we've just learned that Sharkoon has 200 SKUs in its range, which is just enormous. We're looking at a tiny proportion of those. Coming up very soon, the Rebel C50. This is the RGB version, selling for €109. You can see the RGB through the mesh front. Sadly, the fans aren't rotating, so you're getting the RGB but not the fan spin. Looks good. 4 fans, loads of airflow, €109 dollars. This Rebel C50 without RGB is €10 cheaper, so 99. We're going to the white one because you can see far better what's going on inside. So perforations galore. You can see there's a seam. This unit can be removed, as can the panel at the side, which has a GPU support. Once you remove those 2 pieces of metalwork, you can put cooling in the side, or you can put a large radiator down the front of the case. This is the hero product from Sharkoon at a very reasonable price, and that looks potentially very interesting. Let's go and look at the stealth version of this case in a business environment. So available in black or white, suitable both for gamers and for business use. In this instance, looks rather understated, so it wouldn't look out of place in the office. The Hex appears to be a unique proposition, priced at £85 dollars. It has the funky front panel, from which it derives its name, but it has a load of RGB fans, 3 in the front, 2 fans in the roof, 1 fan at the rear. 6 fans in total for $85. That's blooming cheap, and I can't think of another case that fits the same bill. Obviously, this is aimed at people who want to build a PC with an air cooler, unless you're intending to replace the stock fans on your AIO with 2 of the Sharkoon fans. An interesting looking case. Walking along the line, a variety of ATX towers, and then we come to some of the new stuff. And 2 cases, but many versions that are already on the boats coming from the manufacturers heading to Europe, so we're going to expect to see them in about 4 weeks' time. We've got the VS8 and the VS9. We're starting with the VS9 RGB. It's got a funky front panel. The interesting thing here is the RGBs at the rear, where you can see it through the tempered glass. The uncoloured fans are at the front because you can't see them. It's the same story with the VS8, RGB at the rear. This is obviously the black version. Different aesthetic on the front panel, but here we have an air intake channel around the periphery. So fans at the front, fans at the rear, a choice of front panels, choice of colour, RGB or not. We're looking at 50 and 60 euros, pounds, dollars. Cheap budget cases, but they appear to have a decent amount of potential. And this is Leo signing off at Sharkoon at Computex 2023.